Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a nail art brush review video. I have 3 different brands of nail art brushes to show you guys. So one of them is from eBay. I have these rose gold ones. Now you guys, I ordered these probably 6 months ago. So I do not even remember what type of brushes I ordered. There could be nail art liner brushes, detailer brushes, there could be gel application brushes. I honestly have no idea. I just ordered 5 of them. I know that. Then I also have 5 brushes from Get Buffed Pro. A gal by the name of Deb had sent them to me. So thank you, Deb. Shout out to you. I am sorry it's taken me so long to review these brushes. I have so many things that I keep saying I have to do videos on, and it's piled up over in the corner of my room. And I'm just finally getting through everything. So I've got 5 brushes from Get Buffed Pro. And then I recently received 3 little brushes from Glitter Mix Canada. And they are the little mermaid tails with this beautiful rainbow effect. I'm really excited to show you guys them. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And let's get started. Guys, so let's start off with the brushes from eBay because I'm really excited to see what I all have in here because I don't even remember. So I'm just going to start by obviously popping them out of their little protective tubes here. I really love how these look. They're so pretty, and I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be some liner brushes in here, probably a detailer brush. There might be like a gel application brush. I really don't know. So I have no idea what I'm going to do in regards to testing them out because like I said, I do want to test them out for you today, but I don't know what I'm going to do as a test design because I don't know what brushes they are, and I want to be able to use every single brush for you guys and show you how they work. So let's start off with this one randomly. So they are really nice. Like I said, they are rose gold and they have the little clear crystals in the handle. And I love that they have a lid. You guys, I am always somebody who wants a brush with a lid. Whether it is for nail art brushes or acrylic application, gel application, I will always choose a brush with a lid. So I really like that. So let's open this up. And it also does say something here on the side. I am not sure how to pronounce it. It's A-N-G-N-A-I-Y-A. Maybe it's like a name like Anaya or something like that. So let me just pop this open and see what it is. Oh, it's a very unique little brush. Let me just, I think this is a little brush that you would use to make like little flower petals perhaps. I'm thinking it's very tiny, but it's a very unique shape. Okay, so I like that. I'm just gonna line them all up here on the side as we, as I open them up for you guys. Okay, let's get into this next one. Okay, this is a detailer or a liner brush. Now they have not been used, so the glue is still in them. It's very nice and pointy. So I really like that. It's a nice length. It looks really quite thin. Now I am very infamous for trimming my brushes when it comes to liner brushes. I really think I have yet to buy a nail art striper brush or a liner brush that I have not trimmed down. So we'll see. I'm going to use them in their natural form today because I just want to show you guys how they work, the way that they come. So I've got those 2. Let's see if they'll stay there because my desk is, yeah, they probably won't. Let's line them up over here and I'll just put my little dapping dish right next to them. And next, let's see what this one is. Okay, so this is another little detailer brush. Again, it comes to a very nice sharp point. Oh my goodness. Again, the glue has not been broken out of these yet, so I do have to do that. But you guys, I'm really impressed with these so far. Holy moly, very impressed so far. Okay, 2 more. And okay, so this is another one. So what I'm going to do is actually line up all the detailer brushes so that we can see them and how well they match. For lengthwise, again, it comes to a nice point. Well, this one looks like there's no glue in it, but maybe there was. Now it does look like it's a little bit bent. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of leaning a little bit to the side, but that'll be okay. Not a big deal. So far we have 3 different sizes of liner brushes, and then this fun little flower petal brush. And the last one, let's see. Oh, okay, this is an ombre brush. Well, you guys know I already have an ombre brush from Glitter Mix Canada, but you can never have too many ombre brushes, I feel, because one thing that I have been doing, so I had been originally trying really hard to take care of my brushes when I'm cleaning them. So I was using clear gel to clean my brushes, or I just wasn't cleaning them at all. I was just leaving the gel in them, and then when I go to use them, I was using the new gel color to kind of push the gel out of them. The problem is when I'm working on clients, using gel to clean your nail art brushes does take a little bit more time because you kind of have to work the gel through. It's way quicker to just use some alcohol or some acetone. So I have kind of diverted back to going and dipping into alcohol and acetone, especially in this last month because I've been doing a lot of rainbow nails. So I've had like, you know, up to 10, 12 different colors out at one time with a client, using them all, and I just didn't have time to be running my brush through the clear gel and getting the color. It's just so much easier to dip into alcohol or acetone. And I've been using my brushes. I'll show you the two that I have from eBay that I've been kind of using. So I have basically 3 different sizes in both of these ones with these type of handles. And although I've been using alcohol and acetone, they're actually still in really good shape. But if you really, really want to preserve your brushes and keep them for a very, very long time, I would suggest using like a clear top coat or a clear gel to kind of work the color out of your brushes. Okay, so I've got those ones. I'm going to seal those up, and then I'm going to move into the Get Buffed Pro ones. Okay guys, so here are the Get Buffed Pro ones. They are really, really pretty. They're just kind of like a gradient of color, and they all have different names. So again, I'm just going to pop these out of their containers. So I don't know about you guys, but I have been following Get Buffed Nails Instagram page for such a long time. I forget what I think her name was Sarah, that originally it was her page, or it is her page. She does such beautiful work. So when I saw that she came out with a nail art brush line, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like this is something we all need because her nail art is amazing. So if these are the brushes that she's using, I'm very curious to see how good these brushes are. So let's get this last one popped open. Now, one thing I can tell you immediately that is different about these ones as opposed to the ones from eBay, well, I mean, there's several things that are different, but right off the bat is going to be the width. So they are a lot longer in length, and they are a lot skinnier. So for me personally with carpal tunnel, I do find it a bit of a struggle when I have to hold little tiny brushes. But a little trick for you guys, if you are struggling with having a brush that's really skinny and you're having a hard time holding it, you can get these little pencil, this one's kind of dirty because I used it a lot when I had some other nail art brushes. You can get these little pencil grips. We use them when we're in school, when we're learning to write a lot of times. They'll put these on pencils, and basically all you have to do is pop this sucker onto the brush. Now it might be a little tight and a little hard to maneuver, but you can get it down. You just gotta kind of wiggle it down. So I'm not gonna do it all the way, but you can get it all the way down. And then basically, let's see if I can get it down there a little bit better. Okay, so there we go. So basically then you have more of a grip, right? Let me just push it down a little bit farther. So then you have a thicker handle, and it really helps for me. It really helps with my carpal tunnel. I find having to hold really skinny implements or things like that has been a really, really tough thing for me with my carpal tunnel. So I'm just going to take that off. Now the other thing that is really, really cool, and I will insert a separate image here, is that, well, you can see when I'm trying to put them together, they don't really want to sit together properly because they're magnetic. So they actually will stick to anything metal. I will take a little image. I'm just going to hang them on my side here because you won't be able to see with the camera. But I'm going to take a picture of them hanging on my light, and I'll show you how they look in the corner here. It's really, really, really cool. That was something that I thought was really unique about them, is that they have a little magnet on the end of them, and you can just hang them. I think they might even have an actual hanger for them. I know that there was another company years ago that I also used that was magnetic, and I cannot, they actually might have been called Magnetic. The company might have been Magnetic. Okay, so let's open them up and see. So they're all named a specific name. Where are the names of them? Oh, on the end here. So let's start with the pink one. So I'm just going to slide these off to the side. This is more of like a fuchsia. It's called Oksana. So let's see what this one is. They are beautifully packaged. They also have a little protector inside the brush, which is really nice also. So this is a little angled brush. And again, there's still the glue in them. I have not taken the glue out. I haven't even opened them. This is my first time opening them. There is one, I think, stray little hair here that I might need to just, oh, there we go. I got it off. It was just a little straggler. So this is more for doing like one stroke flowers. I have not done one stroke flowers for so long, you guys, but I'm going to attempt to use these and do some nail art for you. All right, so this one is called a 3D Ville. And I think when I looked on the website, they also consider it a cleanup brush. So like to clean up gel polish or gel paint or something around the cuticle area. So let's open this one up. I don't remember what it looks like. Oh, okay, yes. So this is for doing 3D flowers, 3D items, I believe, with gel. I don't think this is for acrylic. Again, I'm just going to break it apart here. It comes to a really nice point. I can totally see how this would be really nice for doing like 3D with like those gel pastes, I think is what you would use this for. Now they are definitely a, you know, shorter bristle or shorter handle brush. Again, they're not super long, so really, really nice. I'm going to put that lid back on. You always want to be very careful when you put your lids back on that you don't bend the brushes or the bristles. All right, and the next one, this is my favorite color because it's a blush pink. This one is called Florence. Let's see what Florence is like. Oh, this one doesn't have the little, unless it's stuck inside. No, this one just doesn't have the little protector. So this is just a gel application brush, I would say. I can go onto the website and read a little bit better too when I go to actually do the nail art, what they say that each brush is for, but I am going to assume that this is a gel application brush. I just need to get that glue kind of broken out of there and be gentle with it because I don't want to wreck it. These are very, very good quality brushes. She definitely did not skimp when creating these. So really, really nice oval brush, very, very thin on the tip, which is nice, especially when we're trying to get into that proximal nail fold to apply product. So there's that one. Be very careful getting it back into the lid. And the next one is called Brienne. Let's see what this one is. This is a detailer brush. Okay, so this is a long detailer brush. Okay, you guys, so now I do feel like I did try using this one in a set. I can't remember, but I feel like I opened this one and I did try it, and I feel like I felt that it was a little bit too thick or something. I can't remember now, but I do feel like I did try it, but we're going to try it again. It's a nice detailer brush, comes to a nice point. There's one more brush to open here with the Get Buffed Pro, which I'm assuming is going to be like a detail brush. So let me see. Yeah, this is called Minnie, and I love that it's red like Minnie Mouse. So I'm assuming this is going to be a little mini detailer brush, and is it? Let's, ooh, can't get this little, and yes, it is. So it's a really nice short little brush, comes to a nice little point. And I don't think that I tried to use this one. No, I don't think that I did. There's still glue in there. All right, so that is all 5 of the Get Buffed Pro ones. And the other thing that's really cool, you guys, is that when they kind of magnet together, they magnet in order. So I don't know, like if I tried to put this one over here, it doesn't actually want to stick. You can see like I can push it and line it up and then it'll just kind of pop away. Same with, I think if I went over this, oh no, if I go that way, I guess it worked. No, it doesn't. It doesn't want to line up. So they're basically created to stick together in the sequence of which way they're supposed to go. So when you hang them, they all hang perfectly together. Also, if you want to hang them next to you on a light or any type of a metal item. So that is those guys. Let's move on to the Glitter Mix Canada ones. All right, so Glitter Mix Canada are these really, really pretty mermaid style handles, and they're very light. They're plastic. The other ones are metal, so they're a little bit heavier. They have a little bit more weight to them. These are super, super light. So I'm just going to pull these little protectors off. And these are 3 different sizes. So we've got a long one, a medium, and a shorter detail. Longer, medium, and shorter. And yeah, I think this one has kind of a little stray hair. Now, if I see a little stray hair on my brushes like that, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can. It's right, I don't know if it'll focus. It's right here. There's just a little random stray hair. I'll just go in and take my tweezers and just pull it out if I can grab it. Sometimes it's easier said than done, depending on how fine the little hair is. Or you can use a little piece of scissors as well to cut them. So there's this guy, and I like the length of these ones. For me, I like a longer handled brush personally, and I do like the width because it's a little thicker, so it's going to be easier for me to hold. But yeah, really, really nice. This one looks like the glue's already been removed. And, well, they don't really have too much glue in them. Actually, these ones don't really even have glue in them. So I'm curious to see how well these ones work out as well. So I think I am going to do the designs in this video because there's not really a lot of time right now. I think I'm only at 15 minutes in. So I'm going to do 3 different designs, and each design I'm going to use all of the nail art brushes in that collection. So we're going to start out with the eBay one. All right, so the one thing that I would say that I really, really like about the Get Buffed Pro ones is that the brushes are named. So you know exactly what brush would be for what. Once you get to know, you know, that the Mini is the detailer brush, the Brienne is the whichever brush, the liner brush or whatever it is, then you would know when you're going to grab the brush, or they're just color coordinated or color coded, so you would know which brush to grab. These ones have no distinction as to which brush is which, right? They all look exactly the same. So that's kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt when you're going to reach for your brushes. You don't want to have to open every single one. So what I would do in an instance like that is I would take a little dollop of a gel polish color. So if, say, for instance, this one is the little flower one. If I wanted to designate this one, you know, for flowers, I would just have to keep in my mind if I chose five different colors of gel polish. If I wanted to put a pink dot on here, I would need to remember that the pink dot is for flowers, for flower petals. And then if I wanted the longer detail brush to be blue, I would put a little blue dot of gel polish on here. And that way, when they're standing up in your container, if you use a container like I do, and everything is standing up, all you have to do is look at that little dot on the top. So that's probably what I will do when I'm using these ones. When I start to use them, I'm probably going to save these until my other ones kind of turn to trash, and then I will start using these. I kind of don't like using brushes until my old ones get wrecked, and I really prefer to try to use like a collection of brushes all at the same time, so my brushes all look, you know, relatively the same. So I will be saving these, but I am going to try them out for you today. So what I'm going to do is just actually take off the lids off of all of them and line them up, just so that I know when I'm going to use them, which one is which, so that I don't have to just continuously keep taking the lids off. So I will have those all on the side there for me. And I'm just going to move the lids over on the side of my desk. So because I have an ombre brush, and I just pulled out 3 random colors of gel polish from Madame Glam. These are some of my favorite colors. So I've got this one here, which is the Rule Maker. It's a newer one to me, and it's so vibrant and pretty. And then this one is kind of close, and it's called Because I Said So. And then I pulled out this kind of mauve one. This is an older one. This is called Darling. It's from like my fall gel polish colors that I chose. I have a video on that one too. Because I Said So is a new one as well. And although these are very similar, I think that they will ombre kind of nice. So I've got a long stiletto tip here, and I am just going to buff this so that the gel polish, as I'm ombreing it, I think it'll work better. All right, so I think I'm going to start with the mauve color, and then I will work into the brighter colors. So when you're doing an ombre with gel polish, you do just want to start with one layer. And you want to apply your first 2 colors can be more, I would say, equal in length on the nail, or how large the section is that you're putting color. They can be more equal. And then the bottom one, I find you want it to be a little bit bigger, because as you start dragging these colors down, if I say, for instance, made the last color only about, say, this big, by the time I drag these colors down, this one will just disappear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this a little bit further down, because this one is very different from the other 2. So I'm going to go like that. Then I'm going to take, Because I Said So. I love this color, you guys. It's so, so vibrant. Look at that. And I'm just going to kind of butt it up against that one there. And then I'm going to take the Rule Maker and apply that to the rest of the nail. And I have another video that I did recently where I showed you guys another technique to using your ombre brush. And so I have another one that I've already posted, and then I did a Father's Day, or not Father's Day, excuse me, a July mixing video where I mixed all my blue colors, and I believe that that video will be up before this one as well. And I showed another method of using the ombre brush. So you guys, if you do not have an ombre brush, I would highly recommend it. Now I just want to make sure I've got all the glue out of this brush and that it's nice and soft and fluffy, because that is important with an ombre brush. All right, so I'm going to get that into the light to cure. And then for the actual like nail art design, I'm going to be using Madame Glam's white gel paint. I just also filmed a review video, an unboxing of this this morning. So I'm very, oh, let's just get that back in the lid. I didn't expect that to pop out. I will probably just use what's in the lid here. But I really like these, you guys. Not just for doing nail art, but in that video, I showed you guys painting a whole nail, like doing an actual swatch video for you, and I absolutely love how these apply. So, so nice. But I'll be using those just to do some detail work with the detail brushes. All right, so we're going to apply our second coat again, or again, for the first time, second coat. Now the other way also, and maybe I'll show you that too, is just going back and forth like this. And I actually think this works pretty good as well. It's a very nice ombre brush. Very, very nice. Very equal and equivalent to the one that I've gotten from Glitter Mix Canada. So I'm going to get that in the light to cure. All right, and I've also pulled out the gold gel paint from Madame Glam because I want to actually see how well also this will, I can create lines, little gold lines with, because the glitter is so fine in it. So that's what I'm going to start off by doing. So this is the longer of the three. I'm just going to put all three of them here for you to see. So I've got the long, the medium, and the short. So I've pulled out the long one, and that one I'm going to use. I'm just going to dip into this gel paint. It's a really nice consistency. And I've got my little tile here on the side, and I'm just going to kind of roll my brush into it because I don't want a big blob of this gel. And I'm going to draw a long line. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with this brush here. I'm going to get that in the light to cure. All right, guys, so now I am using, I just used this to scrape out of the lid. So I'm using that little flower petal brush. I think that's what this is for. So I've just taken some of the white gel paint and put it onto my palette. And basically, you don't want your brush to be super full of product. Now, you guys have not used this brush. I am just winging it. I'm thinking that this is how it's supposed to be used, but you don't want your brush to be super full of product, because if you do that, when you go to create your little petals, you won't get those little drag marks that we're looking for. So I'm just going to try this and see if it works. I'm going to place a petal here, so I'm just going to push down and pull and drag and lift. Ooh, look it! It worked. I'm going to get some more gel, put in the brush. I'm just going to make this petal a little wider, so I'm going to create it another side and pull up. Look! And so that's what I mean when I say you don't want it to be super full of product, because you see it creates kind of little drag lines. So I'm just going to do another one here. Really, really nice. I love that. I'm just going to fine tune this one a little bit more. I dig that. Okay, I'm going to get that into the light. Next brush I'm going to use is the medium length detailer or liner brush. And I think what I'll do with this one is do some little bit of like scroll work or swirls. So when you're doing a swirl, how I do it is I kind of load the brush up so that there's a bit of a bobble. I don't know if you can see what I mean. There's a little bit of a bobble on the end. All right, let's do a little something something over here. And you can create little teardrops or little tiny flower petals with this as well. So again, you want to get a bobble. You got a bobble on the end. And start with the petal out and pull in. This brush is perfect for that. Just like that. All right, so I really like this brush as well, you guys. So far, I am definitely 10 out of 10 for these. Okay, so I'm gonna get that in the light. And then the last brush I've got is just the little detailer brush. So again, it's got like a really nice point on it. I'm just gonna get some of that gel paint again. And I'm going to use this actually, so I'm gonna use this in a couple of ways. I'll show you two different ways. So when we're doing dots, we really like to use a dotting tool because you can get that gradient, right? You can, you start with the bigger, and then as the gel paint or gel polish kind of comes off of the dotter, they get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's generally what we use if we want that sort of gradient effect with the dots. But sometimes, because I just don't feel like grabbing my dotting tool, and I already have the brush in my hand, I will just create some dots with my detailer brush that I have. So you can see I've got quite a good little bobble on the end. So for instance, in the center of the flower, if I just want to create some little dots. Now you don't want to press super hard, you just want very fine little dots. Right, so I'm just doing that, kind of overlapping the petals just slightly. So there's that. Or also, if you just want to create some little dots like this, going all the way down the nail. And I always also like when I'm filling in with flowers, there's quite often where I'll do like 3 dots together just to fill in space here and there. So I do those a lot when I'm doing flower patterns or designs. And maybe one more here. Okay, so I'm going to get that in the light, and then I'm going to show you, because a detailer brush is what I would generally use if I am, say, painting a word. What do we want to paint? Let's see. Or if I'm doing like a little tiny star or a little teensy heart, this would be the brush that you'll use. And this brush is very, very, very pointy. I haven't had to cut any of these so far, so I'm thoroughly, thoroughly impressed with these brushes from eBay. I cannot say enough. 10 out of 10 so far. We'll see how well this does. I think, you know what, I'll paint the word love. So we're going to do the L. Let me just anchor my finger here and see how fine this, oh yeah, look at how fine that brush stroke is. Super, super, super fine. Look at how fine that is. Totally love these brushes. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for these ones, eBay. I will try to link them. I hope I can find them for you. I'm not going to be using them right now. Like I said, I'm going to save them for when my other ones turn to trash. But those ones have been lasting quite a while too, so I'm going to put these ones aside and save them for another day. All right, so now I want to use the Get Buffed Pro ones. So I think what I'll do for this one, I will just do, because I don't have like an ombre brush or anything like that, I'll just do a solid color for this one. So I'm just going to paint 2 layers of, what is this one here called? Because I Said So. I'll just put on 2 coats of this, and then we'll do some type of a design using oh, I should be using the gel polish brush. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put some of my gel polish here, and let's try this one out and see. So move those up there. I just want to again make sure that I've got all the little bits of glue. It seems to be a bit of a firmer brush, so let's see how it applies the color. Yeah, it's a little bit firm. I would say this is probably better for like gel, builder gel application, not so much gel polish application, because it's a bit of a harder brush. And when you are applying gel polish colors, you want to have a softer bristle so you don't get like lines or brush strokes in it, right? If it's too firm, you can see here I'm getting quite a bit of like brush strokes, as opposed to say if I used the gel polish brush. But I think for applying gel in itself, like builder gel, this would be really, really nice. So I'm going to get that in the light. So I just pulled up the website because I wanted to see what it said for this brush. So it says it's the perfect flat gel brush for flawless painting or gel application. Florence can also be used as a cleanup brush to achieve that perfect finish around the cuticle. So yeah, I probably will use this maybe more for a cleanup brush around the cuticle area, because I don't love it for gel application because it's just too firm for that. But as far as a builder gel application, I think this would work, and as far as a cleanup brush. So that's what I think I'll end up using this one for. Let me put the corresponding lid on. Is this it? Yes. And again, you want to do the same thing. You want to fine tune it, make sure you get it nice and flat, and put it back into its lid. So I will use that for a cleanup. I think that'll be really nice for a cleanup brush. All right, guys, so the next one I'm going to use is this angle brush. So I've pulled out the green gel paint, also from Madame Glam, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of that green and put it onto my palette. I'm just using my little dotting tool here. And then I'm also going to grab a little bit more of the white. Again, it's kind of gotten messy. I don't know what happened. I must have tipped them over or something. So I'm dipping one side in the white and one side in the green. And then I'm just going to kind of work it into the brush. And I'm going to do the same thing again. And I just want to work that into the brush. So I think what I'll do is just create some kind of leaves. I don't know if this is the right way to do. That definitely does not look right. I should probably look for a video of some sort. Maybe I'm holding it wrong. Maybe it's supposed to go upwards. Let me see if I can find a video. Yeah, I totally did that not right. Or I just seen a little video of how to do one. So let's try to do it that way. Oh, you guys, I'm pretty good usually at figuring things out, but this I was just not figuring out. Okay. So basically I'm just going to draw a little line like so. And then I think you hold it this way. There we go. That looks better. And then this way. Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Okay. Ooh. Hey, girl. Not too bad, Miss Jen. Not too bad. All right, I'm going to get that in the light. All right, so I wasn't really thinking earlier, but I think what I'm going to do is create some lines again with this detailer, this longer one. This one is the Brienne. I'm going to use that gold gel polish and see, or gel paint, excuse me, and again, see how nice I can get these lines. So to me, I feel like just looking at this one, I do think that it is a bit thicker than the eBay one, so I probably personally will cut this. I'm going to try it without cutting it first, and I should have done the lines first, but I'm going to just go through and create some little lines, and I'm just going to kind of pretend that they're behind the leaves. So I definitely would cut this one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut it now and show you guys how I will cut this brush. So I'm going to get that in the light. No, it's weird. When I look at it now, I feel like it doesn't need to be cut. It's so thin. Okay, I'm just going to show you if I was going to cut it. So let's say it was wider on this side. Let's say it was really flat here and maybe wide. And then when I turn it to the side, it's a lot skinnier, right? So I might just say grab one of these bristles. Now, if you had a lot more to cut, you would take more off. But say I would just grab like, that's like 3 right there, right? You can see the 3 of them kind of falling apart. So if I just wanted to cut 1 or 2 or 3, I would basically just bend them down like this. And you could essentially just pull them right out with your tweezers. If you had a lot to cut, you would want to use scissors. So I'm just going to leave it because I don't know, as I look at it now, it looks like it's fine. But it just seemed like it wasn't quite thin enough. We'll see once I use it again if I can get those really thin lines. Yeah, it's a very nice brush. I don't really think you'd have to cut it. You'd have to play around with it and see what you like, but they are really, really beautiful quality brushes. All right, so then I have 2 more. So I have the 3D one that I'm going to use for the 3D flower, and then I've got the detail one, the one called Mini. So let's see if I do, I can try to do some little swirls with this one as well. And maybe I'll draw the word love again just so we can see how fine of a detail I can get with it. That into the light to cure. All right, so I just put on a top coat, a tack-free top coat, and now I'm going to attempt to do a 3D flower. So I've just pulled out a white acrylic. I've just got my Speed White from Young Nails and just a pink, that is just a custom mixed pink one that I have, and some monomer, and I'm going to attempt to do a little flower. I have not done any 3D flowers for quite some time. So let's see here. I'm just going to get that acrylic brush or that 3D brush into the monomer, and I'm going to pick up a white bee. Oh, I guess I should put it in frame so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, let me move this out of the way and I'll put it on the side over here. That would be much better. Yeah, like I like this. It's a good little brush. I have a couple of other 3D acrylic brushes that I really like. So I may again just kind of use this as more so like a cleanup brush because I can always use a good cleanup brush. But if you have that gel paste or plastine, or I'm not sure, a lot of companies, they just call them different things. This would be really great for that as well. It's almost like a Play-Doh texture. I actually did a video where I tried to make a homemade one with cornstarch. You guys, if you want to watch a funny video of me failing at something, that's the one to watch. All right, and again, and you know, I remember when I used to do a lot of 3D flowers, I'm pretty certain that I used to add a little bit of acetone to my monomer, and it just helped it to cure better or faster or something. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've done a 3D flower. Like, this one's looking kind of crazy, to be honest, but we'll get it right. We'll get it right. See, the thing that I don't love about this for a 3D acrylic brush, my other acrylic brushes are much flatter. I'll pull one out. I actually have one from Ugly Duckling, and then I have one from, I'm not even sure from where, to be honest. I just want to pull out my Ugly Duckling one because I feel like, yeah, it is flatter. It is definitely flatter, you see? Let me see if I fine tune this one. It's not as thick at the base of the brush, so I'm finding it a little bit hard to build the 3D flowers with that brush. I definitely think it's easier with this one, but maybe for the plastine, like the gel, it would be a really good brush. I don't know because I don't work with any of that stuff, but yeah, this one I definitely would say I would not purchase it if you are an acrylic tech. Personally, I just wouldn't purchase it. But if you are a gel tech and you work with plastine, I think that it works great. It would work great for that. Yeah, I definitely find it's easier with my Ugly Duckling 3D brush. All right, guys, so all in all, I would give these a 9 out of 10. They are amazing, really, really nice brushes. Very, very pretty. I love the detail of the magnets that you can hang them. I love that they're color coordinated or color coded, excuse me, so that it's easy to grab which one you need. They have a good weight to them. Yeah, I really, really like these. Again, I'm not going to be using them. I'm going to save these until my other ones go to trash as usual, and eventually I'll be dipping into these ones as my main nail art brushes. Alright guys, so the last brush set that I want to show you guys and demo for you and review for you are these ones from Glitter Mix Canada. So I'm thinking I might have to cut this middle one. Just by looking at it, it does look like it's a bit wide, but it's also spread out and doesn't have product in it, so I could be wrong by that once I actually get product in. So I'm going to start off with the longer one, and again, I'm just going to go into that gold. Let's do some gold lines with the longer one. Again, yes. I'm going to go into that gold and get some of the gold and see how it works for creating longer lines. And you know, as I'm like using this, I actually think now, you know, that I'm using it, I prefer longer brushes when it comes to gel application, but I do like the shorter feel of the brushes with nail art brushes. So yeah, it's a really nice brush. It's not super, super thick. I mean, you could cut it if you felt the need to, but I think you could use it just as is. Yeah, it comes to a really nice point. It's a good length. So far, I like it. Okay, so let's go into the medium length one, and I'm going to get some more of that white gel paint. I'm just going to seal up the gold one because I don't need that anymore. And you guys know I love doing my little like swooshes, as I call them. So I'm going to get some white paint for this one. And let's see about doing swooshes. Okay, so I can tell immediately I would want to cut this one. I can just tell that immediately. So I am going to show you guys how to cut this one. So how I usually determine where I'm going to cut is if I turn the brush and it looks skinnier on one side than the other, I will usually cut it on the widest side. So right here, I feel like it's a little wider over here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to cut it or I'll just use my tweezers and pull out a few hairs at the base. That's probably what I'm going to do. Is just pull out a few little hairs at the base. And you want to kind of work around. You can work around the brush also, taking them all around so that you're keeping the center bristles, if that makes sense. If there's not one side that's really, really wide compared to the other, you can just go around and pull out a few little individual hairs all around the brush. Feel like, okay, let's try it now. So I'm going to load it up again. Yes, I can already see a difference. Oh, there's just a little hair there, fuzzy. I can already see a difference in the brush. All right, so that's much better. And really, what did I remove? Like 5 little hairs? With nail art brushes is you want to have something that'll come to a nice point. All right, I'm going to get that in the light. Okay, so now I've got the detailer brush, the shorter one, and I'm going to try to write the word love again. So I just want to show you what I meant when I said when you turn the brush, if one side is wider than the other. I hope it will focus for you guys. Okay, so you see the width at the base of the bristles, right? Now when I turn it to the side, you see how much thinner it is? So if I was going to cut this brush particularly, which I'm not sure if I'm going to cut it yet because I want to try it first, I would cut on this side a little bit and on this side a little bit so that it would be even all the way around, if that makes sense. You see how it's fatter on this side, skinnier on that side. So let's try and draw the word love because that's what we've been doing. So there we go. I'm just gonna get that in the light to cure. Now these ones don't have lids, which I love having lids, so I always make sure to keep my protectors on them. All right, so I'm just gonna give you a quick little peek at all of the designs so you can see how fine the lines are. Writing the word love, definitely the eBay one was the finest. But yeah, all really good brushes. So I will link everything below for you guys. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I would say that all three of the brush collections are ones that you could have and utilize in your salon for sure. If I had to say out of all three which was my #1 choice, I would say the eBay ones are actually my #1 choice, which is so crazy. And my second choice would be the Get Buffed Pro, and my third choice would be the Glitter Mix Canada ones. So if you're just looking for simple liner brushes with 3 different sizes, Glitter Mix Canada is definitely a good way to go. They don't have lids on them, which I don't love, but they're so unique and fun looking. If you're looking for something that is really kind of aesthetically cool and unique, these are the ones to get. They're just so different. We all have rose gold brushes, and those are really aesthetically pleasing as well. I do love that the Get Buff Pro and the eBay ones have lids on them. But again, all three of them are really, really good. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, guys, please share it with someone else. And as always, have an amazing day.